So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been...
Guys, hold on tight because Jada Pinkett Smith is currently taking the world by storm on her sensational promotional tour for her new book, Worthy. And she doesn't mince words when she drops the mother of all bombshells, stating that she and her longtime partner and husband, Will Smith, have been leading separate lives since 2016. Apparently, Jada knows everything about drama and intrigue, and she again kept us all wondering what is going on behind the walls of the Smiths' mansion. It looks like their union might not be officially dissolved on paper, but in every other way, it's a divorce that's been brewing in the shadows for 7 long years.
Not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce.
But that's just the tip of the drama iceberg. It seems like there's more to this story, and if you can imagine the lengths of Jada's audacity and her utter disrespect towards her husband, picture this. In addition to the separation bombshell, Jada also spilled the beans on how she basically went on a date with this comedian Chris Rock. You know, the one who allegedly insulted her during the Oscar ceremony and became the reason why Will Smith is not wanted in Hollywood anymore? Well, some may say it's just bold statements to sell the book. But come on, we know Jada all too well to not believe what she's saying.
So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
So apparently, Will Smith hasn't touched his wife since the distant year of 2016. And while it's not official on paper, it basically looks like a divorce in every way. 7 years of secrecy, smiles on camera, holding hands on red carpet, and that famous bad marriage for life.
Bad marriage for life.
All these lies to fans and even more. The possible reason of that separation is another alleged affair that Jada had with the man who made fun of her on live TV, the one and only Chris Rock. As she herself told the People magazine in 2016, Chris made a pass on her. Every summer, all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce. And this particular summer, Chris Rock, he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me, and basically he was like, I'd love to take you out. Apparently, you need more drama and humiliation in your life. Just call Jada Pinkett Smith. She knows everything about that, and I can only guess what Will Smith is feeling right now.
It had been so long since I felt good.
And let's be real, this Jada and Will saga is like a never-ending soap opera. Every week, there's something new and shocking. From the infamous Red Table Talk where the couple openly talked about Jada's intimate rendezvous with August Alsina, who was her son's friend, to the utter disrespect she was showing to the husband all along. Might have gotten a divorce already. But no, as Jada mentioned in her interview, that despite her multiple extramarital shenanigans, she never thought about divorcing Will. As she said, I'm going to be by his side, but also allow him to have to figure this out for himself. I mean, there have already been countless rumors about their unconventional relationship. Some say it's open. Others believe they're living separate lives under one roof. But apparently, as Jada now says, they were both okay with this narrative.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yeah.
For many people, these revelations only confirmed what a nasty person Jada is. As one person wrote, I just don't even see why she wrote a book. I mean, she's already told us everything, even when we didn't ask. And another user added, Jada is so confusing and, respectfully, possibly confused her elf. We already knew that they had marital difficulty. They, correction, Jada, made it a point to talk about it a lot. But guys, stay with me because it's not the end of the story. If you thought the drama couldn't get any juicier, well, you know nothing about Jada. She drops the bombshells one after another, and it's getting more humiliating, not only for Will, but for herself as well.
Most people are practicing monogamy because they feel like they have no other choice.
Right.
Some cynics wondered whether these shocking revelations could have been aired on the infamous Red Table Talk, but you see, guys, apparently Apple Watch also got tired of Jada's drama, and the show was canceled earlier this year. But even though her scandalous show, where she used to air her dirty linen for the millions to watch, is over, Jada found another way to forge some coins. And this time, it's all in her new book. And if you think that the separation news was the biggest shock, let me tell you that there's another so-called entanglement that has been brewing in Tinseltown for 18 long months.
You know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
Knowing what had happened at the Academy Awards in 2022, you would never suggest that Jada Pinkett Smith and Chris Rock could somehow else be involved together. But no, it seems like the man who got smacked by Will Smith on live television even dared to ask Jada out amidst the divorce rumors. I mean, that happened years before the slap, but it seems like it's just the beginning of a new drama. And now, the whole story with that infamous slap get a completely different meaning for us guys.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
As for Jada herself, well, the damsel in distress was confident that the whole episode was nothing more but a part of the show. As she stated in her interview, I was like, there's no way that will hit him. It wasn't until Will started to walk back to his chair that I realized it wasn't a skit. Now, Jada's questionable decisions and opinions keep many people wondering if there's anything more nasty and ugly that she's still keeping from us.
Said, so they've kind of been living this pretend life publicly.
For years.
They knew the secret.
And guess what? There's more. In the interview, Jada touches upon the long-standing rumors and controversy surrounding her marriage to Will Smith. Remember that Oprah interview where she mentioned her possible interest in women if it weren't with Will? It ignited a frenzy of discussions about Jada's intimate preferences for years and whether she and Will actually do it, or is their whole marriage is just a cover. And let's remember another headline that Jada had made with her bold statement that, in fact, she never wanted to marry Will Smith and was basically crying from despair while walking down the aisle.
I went crying down the freaking aisle.
Getting married.
Cried the whole way.
Some may say that Jada is just plain problematic and toxic, and throughout her longtime marriage to the award-winning actor, she gave him and the world enough reasons to suspect her in cheating with both men and women. And now, as if the pain and hurt she had caused Will over the years was not enough, she also decided to drop a jaw-dropping anecdote about Chris Rock asking her out. And guys, if you follow the timeline, it just perfectly explains the whole thing. So, according to Jada, Chris Rock asked her out in 2016, and let me remind you what this lady had said about her separation from Will. It was exactly the same year, so I let you connect the dots on this one.
Y'all have been apart.
Whatever was happening between Jada, Will, and Chris Rock, it seems like 2016 was a fateful year for the Smiths, as it's when they decided they don't want to live together anymore. As Jada mentioned in her interview, I think by the time we got to 2016, we were exhausted with trying. We both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be. At this point, I can't help but wonder, guys, what does Will Smith thinks about all that? Was it an agreement between them that they keep the separation news in secret for more than 7 years? And why they kept playing the happy couple in public? Will Smith even gave multiple interviews sharing their strong bond and connection.
I've never met another person that I connect with.
But here's where the drama reaches its peak. The bombshell revelation that they, in fact, have not been working on their relationship for all those years, figuring things out, leaves fans all in shock. At the same time, Jada refuses to make the divorce official, saying, I made a promise that there would never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work, though, whatever, and I just have not been able to break that promise. We live separately. Now, these revelations make many people ask if there's anything to expect for the kids that hold this couple together. Seems like this bond is so easily broken every other week, and Jada only gets a new story to boost her publicity. After all, this lady knows to serve a good trauma, even though every time she's walking all over her husband's image and reputation.
So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start I'm standing in my house.
Some skeptics argue that these public revelations are nothing but a ploy to sell books. This can actually be a well-calculated move to boost sales. However, the Smiths are no strangers to shock the audience with the details of their intimate life. And this time, it's another ugly surprise coming out from Jada's mouth. As one person commented, Jada is full of it. She's attention-seeking and exhausting at this point. And another user added, every time Jada talks, it's bad news. Never anything good about her and Will. But one thing fans know for sure, this drama keeps unfolding, so stay tuned because the Smiths continue to surprise us at every turn. And now, I have a question for you guys. Could you imagine that Will and Jada weren't living together since 2016? And did you have the right to spill that? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and I'll see you in my other videos.